Let's take a look at this problem. We got x squared minus 11/4 x plus 3/2 is equal to 0. Now I would have no clue how to work this problem in the form it's in. Whenever we're factoring, it's always good to get rid of your fractions. And you get rid of your fractions by multiplying everything by the LCM of all your denominators. Well, I got 4 and 2. My LCM would be 4. So I'm going to multiply the x squared by 4 minus 4 times 11/4 x plus 4 times 3/2 equals 4 times 0. When I say multiply everything, you have to multiply what's separated by pluses, minuses, and equals. So that gives us 4x squared minus this 4 here cancels this 4. Now 2 and 4 here both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that gives us 11x there plus 2 times 3 is 6 and 4 times 0 is 0. Okay. Now we're going to be solving this using the zero factor property. Have to have 0 on one side, which we already do. And now we need to factor the other side. And now this is a lot more reasonable to factor now that it's in this form. We're going to use the key number approach. Reason why is because we've got x squared, x, no x, and there's a number in front of our x squared. Well, with the key number, we take our number at the beginning times the number at the end, ignoring signs. So 4 times 6 is 24. Again, number here times a number here. Now we're going to come up with our 3 columns, our P, S, and D. The P is going to list all the products to give us 24. We got 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And the S column, we're going to add those together. S for sum. 1 plus 24 is 25, 2 plus 12 is 14, 3 plus 8 is 11, 4 plus 6 is 10. And the difference column, D for difference. We'll subtract smaller from larger. 24 minus 1 is 23, 12 minus 2 is 10, 8 minus 3 is 5, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Number we're looking for is a number in the middle term, which is 11, which is right here, so we're going to use 3 and 8. Now we're going to rewrite our middle term using those two numbers. The larger number in the P column that we're using, which is the 8, will always be the same sign as the middle term, which in this problem was negative. So we got negative 8x. The number I circled in the S column, S for same signs, both positive, both negative. Since the 8 was negative, then the 3 will be negative. They have to be the same signs. Then we want to use factor by grouping. So group first 2 terms together, group last 2 terms together. First 2 terms have a 4 and an x in common, and that leaves us x minus 2. Second group are both divisible by 3, and first term's negative, so I'll factor out a negative 3. And that gives us x minus 2. Now I'll go with groupings to get this parentheses the same as this one, and they are, so I can factor out the x minus 2. Now to see what goes in your second set of parentheses, you can cross out these x minus 2's. And what isn't crossed out is what goes right here, which would be 4x minus 3. Now we're ready for the zero factor property. The zero factor property says you get 0 on one side, you factor the other side, you set each factor equal to 0. So I'm going to set x minus 2 equal to 0 and 4x minus 3 equal to 0. On this one, I'll take negative 2 to the right side and becomes a positive 2, and we get x equals 2. This one will take the negative 3 to the right side, it becomes a positive 3. Anytime you take anything across your equals, your sign changes. Trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. I'm going to do that. These 4 is going to cancel. And we get x is equal to 3/4. So our two answers are 2 and 3/4.